MLB player props here on PrizePicks for Friday, July 18th. You guys, MLB is back after the All-Star break. I think the last couple days were probably the slowest sports betting or player prop betting days we'll see throughout the entire year, right? There was actually yesterday no WNBA, no MLB, no NBA, no NFL. No, there's just no major sports going on yesterday. It's like one of the few days of the year we don't have any sports like that. But nonetheless, MLB is back here. I got two player props that I am targeting from this slate. Before I get started, you guys, link in the description below. Hop into the Discord. $9, 30 cents per month, 31 cents per day. It's where I post all the plays I'm making on PrizePicks. Currently doing a promo right now for first-time members of the Discord. 20% off your first month using promo code TUFF. With the link in the description below, you guys, it comes out to like $6 for the full first 30 days in the Discord. Again, link in the description below for that. Also, you guys follow me on Twitter at ToughPicks, posting daily plays of the day over on there as well. But let's get right into it. First player prop I'm looking at here is going to be JP Sears over 19.5 fantasy score. Both these lines are going to be pitcher props. I think pitcher props have a little less volatility, or a little less, you can figure them out a little easier than hitter props, especially with the days off these players saw, right? Bullpens are much more well rested, and hitters, right, kind of get out of their rhythm with those days off. So I'm targeting pitchers today. JP Sears over 19.5 fantasy scores, the first play here. We look over on Outlier. Again, there's a link in the description below. You guys get a 7-day free trial with Outlier. Again, elite research betting tool that I do use every single day. Again, 19.5 is a very low fantasy score line for any pitcher. JP Sears is over this line in 13 of 19 games, but more specifically when he pitches on the road, right? We know that A's home stadium is a hitters-friendly ballpark, so he obviously struggles a little bit more at home. This game is on the road here. He's over in 7 of 10 road games. Just had 35 fantasy score on the road against the Yankees, right? One of the best offenses in baseball. He absolutely dominated them for 35 fantasy. So giving us a ton of upside here. Like I said, over in 7 of 10 games. This season on the road, right? Just giving us that upside. We look at also some stats here. Pitching outs for JP Sears over 15.5, minus 125 on books, so minus 140 on ESPN bet. So slight odds on the over for his pitching outs, and then strikeouts as well. He's over 3.5 Ks, minus 135 on BetMGM, minus 140 on DraftKings to get his 4 strikeouts. Again, if he can get his 4 strikeouts here, that should even increase our upside here for this fantasy score line at 19.5, which I think is just too low. We look at the Cleveland Guardians in this matchup versus left-handers since June 1st, I believe is what I have here. Since June 1st, Cleveland has the 4th lowest batting average in baseball versus left-handed pitchers, right? Again, like I said, just giving us that type of upside for this fantasy score line. They also have the 4th lowest total OPS. At pretty much every offensive metric, they're in the bottom 10. 8th lowest ISO, WRC plus, 2nd lowest WRC plus versus left-handers since June 1st. And again, coming off the All-Star break, hitters, right, they're on vacation and things like that. It's tough for them to get back into that rhythm right away, which is why I like this upside for JP Sears as well. Strikeout percentage versus lefties, Cleveland here 12th, but JP Sears, again, if he can get us 3-4 strikeouts in this one, I like the odds for the 19.5 fantasy score. Again, you look at his home versus away splits as well, obviously favoring away, 4.14 ERA on the road compared to 5.61 at home, and pretty much every metric as well benefits him and this upside on this fantasy score line. He also does pitches a little bit better against left-handers, and I'm expecting Cleveland to put out some lefties in this lineup. I believe. Let's actually see. Hold on Outlier. Yeah, there should be multiple lefties in this lineup in this one tonight against the A's. Again, I like JP Sears over 19.5 fantasy score. I think all the odds kind of point to this one being easy over. And again, it's the lowest fantasy score line of, I believe, maybe Kyle Freeland is at 16.5. But besides that, 19.5, a little bit too low for a team that struggles versus lefties and a pitcher that has a 70% hit rate this season on the road. The second one here is going to be a pitching outs prop. It's going to be Chris Bassett under 17.5 pitching outs. So, interesting one with this one. I think before the All-Star break, Chris Bassett literally just pitched. He's actually was used for an inning of relief Sunday, throwing 10 pitches, right? Which is interesting, right? Because I don't know. It's just interesting that he pitched Sunday for 1 inning. So, he actually pitched 5 days ago. And coming off this All-Star break, we know that the Toronto Blue Jays bullpen is going to be very, very well rested. So again, this is a weird line at 17.5. It's actually plus money on books. We look at the hit rate on this line here as well over on Outlier. On this season, he's under this line in 10 of 19, so 15% hit, 53% hit rate at home. He's under in 5 of 10, so pretty split, right? The hit rate is not really why I'm taking this line here. One, because like I said, he did pitch 1 inning at least 5 days ago before the All-Star break, and now the Blue Jays bullpen is extremely well rested, like as well rested as they're ever going to be. And the New York Giants is a pretty solid matchup for this pitching outs line. The New York Giants versus right-handers this season draw the most walks in baseball, 10.1% walk percentage. 10.1 versus right-handers they are walking, which tells me they're able to take these pitchers deep into the counts, and draw some walks, put pitchers in trouble, etc., etc. We look also pitches per plate appearance. The New York Giants, I believe, have the 4th highest pitches per plate appearance, 3.94, almost 4 pitches per plate appearance per batter this season. And again, we can't filter this to versus righties versus lefties, but again, against both sides of the plate, but against both pitchers, righties versus lefties, they ranked 4th in baseball pitches per plate appearance. So it's just, I like the upside here. I think 17.5, obviously, anytime there's a pitcher at 17.5, I look at the under for this one. But coming off the All-Star break, Blue Jays bullpen extremely well rested. Chris Bassett, he pitched 5 days ago, right? No, regardless how many pitches he pitched, he warmed up and threw in a game just 5 days ago. Coming here, I think it's too high of a line. Let me know in the comments below how you feel about these 2 player props here, both pitcher lines. Please drop a like, hit that subscribe button, check out all the links in the description below, and as always, let's cash.